Hard work beats talent, but that's not the whole quote though, is it? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and that's the problem. Because in the real world, the people we worship aren't always built through hard work. A lot of them are genetics, nepotism, or just being born near the right doors. That's why I love anime, and Naruto being my favorite one. It felt like the one place where effort could actually beat inherent talent, or at least I thought it did. Because Naruto isn't the king of hard work. I'm not saying he didn't train. He suffered, he earned plenty. Naruto doesn't stop grinding. The story just starts rewarding something else. Something a lot more uncomfortable. And once you see that switch, you can't unsee it. Start small. Detail you don't even notice at first. And then it stacks. Because once that rule changes, someone else starts looking like the one who really earned that crown. And this is where Inosuke is different. Because Naruto gets multipliers stacked on top of each other. Inosuke doesn't. But before we get to that, you first need to see where Naruto's story starts shifting. Naruto is built as the perfect underdog. He's not just weak, he's humiliated, he's isolated, he's the kid that everyone avoids. The village does not treat him like a person, they treat him like a problem. And early Naruto is so effective because it gives you a very specific promise. Not I will become strong. The promise is even if everyone thinks you're nothing, you can still force the world to change its mind. That's the hard work contract. You take losses, you put in reps, you keep showing up day after day, and eventually the world has to acknowledge you. And the reason people love that message isn't just because of motivation. Underdog stories hit because it activates a just world belief in our minds. The idea that if you put in the work, the world eventually pays you back. This gives you control. It makes effort feel like a lever and not a prayer. And that's exactly why the Naruto pivot is such a big deal. It changes what you're allowed to believe about yourself. Now let's be precise. Naruto works hard, obviously, but the question isn't did he train? The question is what does the story want you to credit when he wins? Because at some point, Naruto stops feeling like a kid clawing his way up from nothing and starts feeling like a kid whose ceiling was built into him. It's reveal after reveal. He's not just an orphan grinding, he's the fourth Hokage's son. Not just getting stronger, Kurama's inside him, changing the rules. And then the story goes full myth and says reincarnation. That's the final straw. And you can feel the shift. Early Naruto feels like, I'm building this. Later Naruto feels like, I'm unlocking this. That's the moment the hard work story changes. Not because he stopped grinding, but because the story stops letting grinding be the main reason he's great. And look, even Kurama at the start in early Naruto felt like a wild card. Yeah, it could give him insane power, but it could also wreck his chakra control. It could even hurt his friends. It came with a cost. But the Ashura reincarnation reveal? Nah, that's different. That doesn't add risk. It just changes the whole explanation. Suddenly, Naruto's strength isn't just effort. It's destiny. His rivalry with Sasuke? Not personal, pre-written. All this makes it seem like Naruto didn't climb up the mountain. He started halfway up it. And yes, he still suffered. But suffering isn't the same as earning. With the Ashura reincarnation, the message quietly becomes work hard, but you also need to be built different. That's not motivation anymore. That's mythology. Now here's the problem. If Naruto isn't the hard work king, then who is? This is where Inosuke becomes interesting. Because Inosuke has none of Naruto's multipliers. No legendary father, no prophecy, no tailed beast, no fucking reincarnation. Inosuke is not chosen. Inosuke is just feral. He's raised in the mountains. Self-taught. He doesn't have legendary mentors. He's just an animal that refuses to stay weak. And that's why he's the closest thing that anime currently has to the pure hard work contract. And the way he builds his power is exactly the same reason why Naruto's stopped feeling earned. Because Naruto becomes a story of revelation, while Inosuke is a story of construction. He doesn't just train, he experiments. While he creates beast breathing, Naruto is busy getting power-ups from the god of the ninja world. And in early Naruto, it was lesser but it was still there. Because you see, Naruto learns Rasengan, a technique his father created from Jiraiya, his father's mentor. That's the difference, and it's huge. Most characters inherit a style or a master or a lineage. Inosuke builds one out of pure instinct, and that makes his growth feel different. It doesn't feel like the destiny kicking in. It feels like reps stacking together. He gets hurt, he adjusts, he keeps fighting, he keeps trying things that shouldn't work, and slowly you realize he's not just chaotic, he's learning in real time. And the best part is, you can track it. He doesn't unlock power, he builds capacity. And this is where Naruto starts feeling different on rewatch. Naruto gets revealed, Inosuke gets built. And that's why Inosuke is the hard work king. No destiny, no heritage cheat code, just input. Here's why it matters. Hard work stories aren't about training montages. They're about agency. Behind your belief, effort matters. Destiny stories, on the other hand, quietly downgrade that belief. They don't say don't work hard. They say work hard but know your place. And that hurts because I don't come to anime to hear that. When I've had a rough day, when I feel behind, when I feel like everyone else has a head start because they won the genetic lottery, I don't want to see another reminder that tells me, yeah, you were never meant to win. Because most people do not watch anime just for its art. They watch it because they're tired and they want to escape reality. Because real life already has enough know your place reminders. So you come back to anime, to a world where effort can still mean something. Not a world where bloodlines can decide your destiny. That's why the shift in Naruto hits a nerve. It took that one place that felt like escape and smuggled real life back into it. And I'll be honest, this annoyed me the most. Because like I said, Naruto is my favorite show. If you grew up underestimated, bullied, treated like you're behind everybody else, Naruto hits in a way that's hard to explain. Because Naruto wasn't just a character. He was a refusal. He gets embarrassed and comes back. He fails and comes back. People laugh and he still comes back anyway. He gave people the belief that quitting is optional. Years ago, I remember coming back from school one day. It was one of the worst days of my life. I was completely crushed. And at that moment, I felt like I had nothing and nobody. And I was sitting there wondering if anything was worth it. If there's so much constant sadness in the world and so much is against me just because I didn't win the genetic lottery, what's the point? And at that time, Naruto was on TV. It was the episode where Naruto fought Neji and won. Not because he was some reincarnation, but because he was a kid that refused to give up against a prodigy. And suddenly, the weight of the world didn't feel as heavy anymore. The pain, the bullying, the negative thoughts, they all went quiet for a minute. That's what these stories do. They give you hope when life gets ugly. And that's why I care when the trope shifts from effort to destiny. Because if the story tells you hard work only matters when you were born special, then what are people like us supposed to believe in? Whereas modern shonen loves lineage, it loves hidden heritage, it loves the entire concept of you were special the whole time. This is why I feel that the hard work trope is dying, because hidden heritage is easier to scale. Destiny is an easy escalation engine. You can always reveal a bigger bloodline, a bigger prophecy, a bigger inherited power, but writing earned growth is harder because you have to show reps. You have to show failure. You have to show evolution that makes sense. And that's not glamorous in today's world. Destiny is a shortcut. Hard work is expensive. And the cost of destiny writing is psychological. Because the more stories reward inheritance, the more viewers absorb a quiet lesson. If you weren't born for it, don't bother. That's why hard work characters matter. They don't just entertain you. They train your belief. And belief is the whole point of living, isn't it? So no. Naruto isn't the hard work king. Naruto starts as the face of that message. Then the story upgrades him into something else. He has legacy. He is the reincarnation of basically the son of the god of that world. The world is pushing him towards a place. Even when he's suffering, the story is always steering him. Inosuke doesn't. He gets forged. No guidance, no blueprint. Just trial and error. Just become stronger or get crushed. That's why one feels like a legend and the other feels like proof. Proof that hard work is worth it. So if you're looking for the real hard work king, the crown belongs to the guy raised by boars. Not because he's a bigger legend, but quite the opposite. It's because he feels like a human that faces adversity without lineage. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe. I'm doing more anime, psychology and character meta-analysis like this. Thanks for watching.